Hi, I'm Chef Rodney with Table 301 Restaurants, and we are here in the Sobeys Loft doing some vegetable cutting and knife work skills. We've got some beautiful produce here from Mill Village Farm. Today I'm lucky to have good friend Drew Erickson. Some of you may know him from having worked at Passerelle Bistro with us and Sobeys in the past. He went to travel the world and do all kind of great things, and most recently actually was working at the French Laundry in California, which is why he's uniquely suited to show you this next crazy knife cut that he's way better at than I am. So I just wanted to bring him in and ask him to do that.
Thank you, Chef Rodney. Now I got to deliver on that, huh?
Yes.
So we've had a really great time in the loft today with our Mill Village Farms, looking at all this beautiful produce. Chef Rodney's actually taught us how to do all of the classic knife cuts and things that you'd be familiar with if you went to culinary school. But I guess the goal and the outcome today was learning to do all of these knife cuts with good equipment and a solid setup, so that cooking at home really isn't as frustrating as maybe you would have expected it to be. So I guess one fun thing that Chef Rodney and I were talking about was some of the more, I guess, difficult knife cuts that you might have seen or be familiar with. So once you've had the chance to practice all of the basics with all of the things that we've shown you today with all of our Mill Village produce, you can work on something, maybe something different to challenge yourself with. So this is actually a little bit of a different knife that Chef Rodney was referring to. It's actually called a bird's beak. So you see how it has the little curve in the blade here. This allows you to get around corners and surfaces and things. And one fun thing that we were talking about earlier is that turning vegetables is kind of like an old school classic technique. You said kind of like the mint that nobody does anymore. Well, this is kind of the same thing. In classical cooking, it was actually a sign of aggression to serve the queen anything with a pointed edge. So the chefs began using their knives to turn the edges of things and cut the corners off the vegetables. So this is one cut that will be fun for you guys to practice once you've mastered all the other ones. It's one that actually is done more so in the air and not on the board like the rest of them. But it's called the tournay. Another one, common name I guess is like seven-sided football, I guess is the shape you're going for. So what I do is I take the ends off of each one, take give yourself somewhere to work with there, and then I usually make a flat surface here, and then you'll give yourself a rounded top on the top one there, and then you can just begin working on getting your 7 sides. So if it takes a couple passes, you don't want to make it too small and get rid of all your potato. Flip it, go here again, and then you're just gonna keep taking off little bit layers, and then you're working on, now that you have the good shape, now you're counting sides. So we have one there, and then you can just finish up your bottom there, clean up your skin on this side, and then, keeping your surface clean like Chef Rodney was talking to us about earlier. Then you have a really nice little tournay potato there, and you count your sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have a nice little tournay potato. This takes forever to do, but I guess in certain applications it's fun and it looks pretty cool too.
Well, one of the things it just reminds me of, we were talking a lot about how to take vegetables that are all different shapes and sizes, and when we go to cook them, we really want them in the same recipe to be about the same size.
Exactly.
So this is one nice way of making it very pretty and giving you vegetables that will cook in the same amount of time. Also.
That way, you mentioned earlier, I thought was a really important point of saying that they don't always have to look the same, but they have to be the same size. So you don't have something that's raw and something that's burned, but you put them in at the same time, you don't understand why. That was a really cool point there too. So anyway, I had so much fun hanging out with Mill Village Farms and Chef Rodney in the Loft at Sobeys today, and thank you guys for joining us, and we look forward to doing the next culinary concert with you guys.
Yes.